If the defense in the Diddy case gets its way, Diddy could be a free man next month.
Continue to engage in all these freak-offs with him, and he sounds really pissed off.
Hey, I really don't know what's going on with you, but I just want to just give you a heads up that I'm about to really disappear on you. You feel me? I'm not going to be playing these games with you at all, at all. So I don't know, you think you silent treating me, and you think I'm going to be, nah. You'll have a rude awakening.
She stepped up as my wife and handled that. And there's been many times where I've been at my lowest, and she's always been the strongest to get me back up to like, get back out there. You gotta get back out there and do what you do. Don't worry about what's happening over here. I'm gonna handle that.
Your wife's been by you for your
She's
whole
your high
career.
school
Your high school sweetheart. She is.
Never leave home without her.
Yeah, that's right. But how has she kind of taken you on this journey? Tell us about her.
I think my wife has been my best friend for a couple of reasons. One is that she always understood who I was and who I needed to become. Well, she's just a strong black woman off the tippy. You know what I'm saying?
Responsible for Diddy's day-to-day life. So he is able to provide a lot of information about what that life was like. He goes into detail on extensive drug use.
And why he's speaking out now.
He said he's speaking out because he believes Diddy's a predator. He wants accountability, and he doesn't want someone like this to run unchecked in the future.
Snoop Dogg's marriage didn't just fall apart, it exploded in front of the whole world. A video so wild, so jaw-dropping, it's shaking the entire hip-hop scene to its core. The kind of clip that doesn't just ruin trust, it could rewrite Snoop's legacy forever. The footage, allegedly leaked by his wife and longtime business partner Shante isn't just about cheating. It's way deeper than that. This bombshell allegedly connects Snoop straight to Sean Diddy Combs, the once powerful mogul now sitting in a federal prison for over 4 years after being convicted for transporting women across state lines for immoral acts. That link alone has the industry whispering nonstop. And in today's world, where Diddy's name has become tied to manipulation, secret recordings, and scandalous control, any connection to him is pure chaos. For Snoop, that could mean the end of everything he built, from music to TV deals, gone in an instant. According to insiders, the clip didn't just leak by accident, it was dropped with purpose. Sources close to Shante claim it was a cold, calculated move, meant to send a message loud and clear. After nearly 30 years together, the woman who helped build Snoop's entire empire may have chosen public exposure as her final power move. Insiders say it's not just about betrayal, it's about a broken bond that runs through business, faith, and fame itself. To really grasp what's happening, you've got to understand the backdrop. For years, Diddy's notorious freak-off parties were Hollywood's worst-kept secret. Wild gatherings where money, power, and private acts collided behind closed doors. Prosecutors later called them performances fueled by fear, secrecy, and heavy substances, painting a picture of chaos hidden under luxury and fame. During his trial, witnesses described cameras placed in every corner, tapes that were never meant to see daylight, and a disturbing routine of control disguised as entertainment.
Same kind of extortion that we heard when Cassie took the stand and testified on that airplane ride back from France. Diddy said, "You don't do a freak-off, I'm going to release one of the freak-off videos that you are profiled in and humiliate."
When the federal court finally convicted Diddy under the MAN Act in mid-2025, most people thought that dark era of hip-hop excess had finally been buried for good. But now, with this new video in the mix, it looks like those buried secrets might be clawing their way back. And Snoop could be tangled right in the middle of it. The timing couldn't be more suspicious. Diddy's downfall left a huge gap in the music world, one everyone's been racing to distance themselves from. Artists have quietly pulled his name from streaming credits, cut ties, and erased him from their archives. Yet somehow, Snoop's name just got dragged into the same conversation. Sources claim the leaked footage shows Snoop in a compromising situation, allegedly recorded at one of Diddy's Los Angeles mansions in 2023, months before the feds raided his Miami and LA homes. Whether what's on the video crosses a legal line or not, just the existence of it connects Snoop to a man prosecutors once called a predator in a designer suit. And for Shante Broadus, that link might have been the final breaking point. For years, she's been seen as the quiet strength behind Snoop's empire. But now, that silence might be speaking louder than ever. Shante wasn't just Snoop's wife, she was his day one. His teenage sweetheart from Long Beach Polytechnic, the girl who stayed down before the fame, before the millions, before the empire. She's the same woman he married back in June 1997 at the Ritz-Carlton in Marina del Rey. The moment the world saw Snoop Dogg become a family man for real.
And Freed were in the unit that was one floor above mine. You know, so in terms of like the setting, it's a fairly decent chance that the room I'm describing is similar to where Diddy is. Yeah.
Over the years, she didn't just stand by him, she ran things. She managed his deals, handled his brand moves, and even became his official manager in 2021, keeping his business empire strong across music, gaming, and liquor ventures. Earlier this year, Snoop even joked that he once turned down a $100 million deal from OnlyFans because, as he said, "I got a black wife." Back then, it sounded like a badge of loyalty. Now, that same loyalty feels like it's been shattered into pieces. Behind the smiles and red carpet moments, insiders say Shante had already been growing suspicious for a while. Their marriage had survived plenty of storms, from Selena Powell's trolling in 2019 to that old 1998 paternity rumor. But this new link to Diddy, that hit on another level. When Diddy got arrested in September 2024, his case dragged countless celebrities into the spotlight as investigators dug deep into guest lists and footage from his infamous private events. When federal agents raided Diddy's properties in March 2024, they reportedly seized years' worth of digital archives, the kind of material that could ruin reputations overnight. Now, some insiders believe Snoop's face, or at least his presence, might show up in that footage. And for Shante, sources close to her say she knew exactly what that meant for their family, their brand, and everything they'd spent decades building together. This whole situation isn't just about betrayal. It's about the fallout. The blast radius is huge. Snoop Dogg has spent the last decade reinventing himself as Uncle Snoop, the fun-loving mentor, the TV personality, the laid-back family man everyone adored. He even became a cartoon producer for kids and a football coach on national television. But now, that wholesome image is crashing headfirst into one of the darkest scandals entertainment has ever seen. Fans are already divided. Some swear this is a setup to destroy him, while others believe the truth finally caught up. And yet, Snoop's entire camp has gone dead silent. No public statement, no denial, just silence and a suspicious wave of digital cleanup. All those sweet posts featuring Shante have quietly vanished from his social pages, replaced with polished promo clips for his next projects.
So he put his hands on females, put his hands on producers, executives. That's just his. I guess that's what the whole name Bad Boy comes from. That people don't really understand. What is it? What is a bad boy? Why did he choose that name? You know, like he never really gave a clear definition of how he feels about that.
It's like he's trying to shift the spotlight, but the internet's not letting go that easy. Behind the scenes, the tension's boiling over. Sources say the couple's inner circle has completely fractured. Those close to Shante describe her as sharp, strategic, and protective, and word is she's gearing up for legal war. Insiders claim draft documents are already in motion, outlining both divorce filings and control over their shared business empire. Because here's what people forget. Shante isn't just the wife. She's the registered manager of multiple Snoop Dogg companies. That gives her serious power over the empire's money flow and operations. So whatever move she makes next could decide whether Snoop stays a billion-dollar brand or becomes another fallen legend swallowed by scandal. And while all this unfolds, whispers from inside Diddy's prison circle keep spreading. And some of those whispers, sources say, still mention Snoop's name. Diddy's circle is crumbling fast. Former insiders are reportedly flipping, cutting deals with investigators to dodge more charges. And among the mountain of evidence the feds have collected, officials confirmed something chilling. Dozens of personal recordings from Diddy's secret events, some even labeled with celebrity initials. No one's sure if any of those match Snoop's, but the timing of Shante's leak, hitting right as those tapes are being cataloged, has everyone talking. Now the question is burning. Was Shante acting on her own, or was she trying to get ahead of a storm that hasn't fully hit yet? Some industry insiders believe she made a strategic strike, leaking the clip before the feds could. If true, that means she wasn't just exposing Snoop. She was seizing control of the whole narrative before it got taken out of her hands. Sources close to Snoop say his panic is real this time. The same man who built his image on being unshakable, smooth, and unbothered is now reportedly calling lawyers, publicists, and crisis teams non-stop. Insiders claim he's terrified that Diddy's crumbling empire could drag him down too, especially if prosecutors start digging into those infamous freak-off tapes. The man who once laughed in the face of pressure now seems to be feeling the heat for the first time in decades. And the irony? It's almost cruel. Snoop's second act, the clean image, the discipline, the family focus, was built on staying out of trouble.
Known that I've talked for a while, a lot of people are buzzing that Diddy's former BFFs are real quiet.
And they have been.
And people were wondering why and who's the next to fall. And then Jay-Z comes out, and then LeBron James says, I'm stepping away for excused personal reasons. And people are going, oh, what is going on?
He proudly turned down deals worth hundreds of millions, saying, my wife wouldn't have it, but now that same wife might have flipped the whole script on him. Still, there's one more twist the industry can't ignore. Snoop's past ties with powerful and dangerous figures like Suge Knight and Diddy have always sat on the edge of controversy. Suge even once hinted that Snoop had explaining to do about what went down around Shakur's tragedy, a quote that's suddenly resurfacing as online threads begin connecting Diddy's dark empire to those old West Coast rivalries. The streets are talking again, and this time, the echoes are louder than ever. Could this new scandal bring back all those old suspicions, maybe even connect dots the public never saw before? It's pure speculation for now, sure, but in hip-hop, every shadow tends to hide another story. And when one secret cracks open, it usually drags a few more with it. For the moment, Shante still hasn't spoken publicly, but that silence, it feels planned. Insiders say she's been quietly working on a memoir titled Paid the Cost to Be the Boss Lady. And if she decides to spill details about this mess, it won't just shake her household, it could blow up careers across the entire industry. People are already nervous, wondering what kind of receipts she's holding back. Meanwhile, legal teams are moving fast. Word is, Snoop has demanded that strict privacy clauses be enforced for everyone close to them, from staff to family friends, hinting that NDAs might already be in play. But when the internet's already on fire and leaks are spreading by the hour, keeping things locked down might be impossible. We're watching a family empire fall apart in real time, and it's happening fast. Every few hours, there's a new alleged screenshot, a new insider message, another supposed clip, each one raising more questions about what really went down inside Diddy's circle. Because the truth is, Shante didn't just leak a video, she opened a door. And what's hiding behind it might be way darker than anyone expected. If Snoop really was part of that inner world, people are asking, what else was he hiding? What did he witness? What did he take part in? And maybe most haunting of all, what did Shante already know? The video might have been the first domino, but now the real investigation has begun because Diddy's private parties weren't just wild nights and prosecutors called them full-on criminal operations. They were allegedly packed with illegal substances, pressure tactics, and secret recordings meant to control people long after the lights went out. So if Snoop was ever there, the question isn't just what he saw. It's what role he played, and whether those tapes are about to show the world a side of him we were never meant to see. According to insiders who once worked security at Diddy's massive estates, every inch of those mansions was wired up.
I want to start with alleged victim number 4, who goes by the name Mia. It's an alias. She is one of the people who is testifying where the judge has granted her anonymity. She is on the stand, but everybody in the courtroom has been warned. Do not reveal her identity. Do not even give a physical description.
Hidden cameras tucked behind mirrors, motion sensors, and remote-controlled lighting that could capture everything. From the glamorous entrances to the dark private moments that happened once the doors closed, nothing escaped the lens. Witnesses during his trial painted a chilling picture of what really went down at those so-called freak-offs. They described scenes where young women were allegedly pressured into intimate acts while guests just watched. The music blasting, the drinks pouring, and sleep barely existed. Prosecutors said Diddy recorded almost everything, labeling files with initials, dates, and sometimes even the full names of major celebrities who attended. And it gets darker. Some witnesses claimed those tapes weren't just trophies, they were leverage. They say Diddy used them like blackmail, his version of insurance to keep everyone quiet and loyal. When federal agents raided his Miami and LA properties in March 2024, they walked out with hundreds of hard drives and encrypted storage devices. Prosecutors later described what they found as control material, content so graphic and compromising that parts of the evidence had to be sealed from public view. Now, whether Snoop actually appears in any of those recordings is still unknown. But here's what's raising eyebrows: the timing of Shante's leak. Legal insiders believe it's no coincidence. As Snoop's longtime manager, Shante had access to everything: his accounts, travel records, and personal communications. She would have seen who he met, where he went, and exactly how the money moved. So if she really decided to drop that video now, maybe it wasn't just out of anger. Maybe it was about protection. Maybe she saw the storm coming and did what she had to do to save herself before it hit. And if that's true, then this whole story might not be about betrayal anymore. It might be about survival. We have to remember, Shante isn't new to strategy. She's been Snoop's behind-the-scenes powerhouse for years, helping him bounce back from lawsuits, feuds, and every headline that threatened to wreck his image. She's the one who negotiated his biggest brand deals, signed licensing contracts, and built the foundation that turned Snoop Dogg into a global icon. But now, those same instincts that once protected him might be turning against him, and according to one associate, it's all about survival. She's protecting the broadest name before it becomes collateral, the insider said. And that makes sense, because if prosecutors decide to widen the Diddy investigation to include other high-profile guests, even the smallest tie could be devastating. By leaking the clip herself, Shante might be pulling off the smartest move possible, flipping the script and positioning herself as a whistleblower instead of an accomplice. The financial fallout is already starting to show. Major sponsors are quietly reviewing contracts behind closed doors. Streaming platforms are rechecking collaborations from the Diddy era, while producers are flagging old videos for possible removal. Brands that once couldn't get enough of Snoop's laid-back charm are suddenly staying quiet, keeping their distance while the legal storm builds. Nobody wants to be the first to take a hit if the story explodes again. And in all this silence, the narrative keeps shifting every single hour. Was Snoop just caught up in temptation, or was he one of many who got pulled into a world too powerful and too risky to say no to? People close to the couple say Shante isn't out of ammunition either. One longtime friend claims she's sitting on digital backups. Everything from emails and texts to private footage and recordings of business calls. If that's true, then the leaked video could just be the first piece of something way bigger. A whole vault of secrets waiting to drop. And if she's bold enough to expose one truth, what's stopping her from exposing more? The timing says it all. Diddy's sentencing in June 2025 sent shockwaves through the industry. And the investigations into his inner circle are still active. The FBI has already confirmed.
So she testified, excuse me, that she was Diddy's ex-assistant. She said he her, sexually assaulted her in various ways multiple times. He exacted unbelievable violence against her, threatened her, at one point allegedly threatened to take her phone and use anything on the phone.
They're not done digging. The investigation is now zeroing in on whether Diddy's infamous freak-off events were more than just parties, whether they were actually used for blackmail or financial gain. If Snoop's name shows up anywhere in that evidence trail, the fallout could be massive. We're talking potential transport violations, fraud, even conspiracy charges. It's not just gossip anymore, it's legal territory, and the stakes couldn't be higher. But behind all the chaos, another theory is catching traction. Some believe Shante leaked the footage not just for revenge, but to protect her family before the government made its move. Her long-rumored memoir suddenly makes perfect sense, a way to control her own narrative before anyone else writes it for her. Insiders say the book, Paid the Cost to Be the Boss Lady, reportedly includes the line, choosing self-respect over silence, a quote that's now spreading all over social media. The message is clear. While the world dissects Snoop's potential downfall, Shante's working to rebrand herself as the woman who refused to stay quiet, the one who took her power back. Still, if Shante has receipts, she's not the only one. Industry veterans are whispering that Diddy's secret archives don't just contain footage of rappers, they include executives, athletes, and even major TV personalities. And according to one source, some of those people have already gotten private warnings to get ready for possible exposure. An entertainment lawyer even told us those drives could destroy careers faster than any courtroom ever could. That line alone sent chills through the industry. Because if the tapes are as extensive as prosecutors say, no one who stepped foot in Diddy's world is safe. And here's where things get even wilder. If Snoop's name pops up, he wouldn't be alone. Insiders say the whispers about Diddy's secret recordings have floated around for years. Hushed rumors among execs and A-listers who once attended those exclusive no-phone-allowed gatherings. Now, those same whispers are sounding a lot less like gossip and a lot more like evidence waiting to surface. Some insiders described Diddy's secret recordings as trophies of power, files so carefully cataloged, encrypted, and hidden that they seemed untouchable. Others called them his insurance policy, a weapon to make sure that anyone who entered his world stayed loyal long after the parties ended and the lights went dark. According to court filings from the 2025 trial, prosecutors referenced digital archives of compromised material, a phrase they never fully explained. But witnesses claimed it referred to hundreds of hours of recorded encounters involving celebrities, executives, and even political figures. The message was clear. Diddy wasn't just hosting parties, he was building a network of leverage. Investigators involved in the Miami and LA raids hinted that they recovered dozens of external drives, each one labeled with strange initials and dates that stretched back over 10 years. One source familiar with the case called it a digital map of the entertainment elite, a ledger showing who attended, who participated, and who could be controlled. And the whispers just keep spreading. What started as a rumor about musicians has now exploded into full-blown speculation that the footage might also include professional athletes, top television hosts, and even financial power players, people whose entire careers depend on appearing spotless. The deeper investigators dig, the more names seem to appear, feeding a wave of panic that's rippling all the way from Hollywood to Washington. And that's what makes Shante's leak even more explosive.
I have never seen, until Kendrick now, I'd never seen anybody from where I'm from, the area I'm from, the place I'm from, do what.
If she really had access to one of those recordings, or even knew they existed, it changes everything. It could mean that Diddy's so-called tapes were never fully contained after all. Analysts are now saying that Diddy might have created multiple backups, distributing copies to trusted insiders as a failsafe, a way to make sure his secrets lived on even if he went down. In that light, Shante's move looks less like chaos and more like calculation. Maybe she wasn't just leaking a scandal. Maybe she was signaling that she knows where the bodies are buried and that she's not afraid to show the world what's left of them. If If that's true, then the footage involving Snoop might just be one fragment of a much bigger puzzle scattered all over the industry. And if Shante's decision to release it was really about damage control, then it may have also sent a clear message that the so-called vault isn't sealed anymore. It's leaking piece by piece, and nobody knows which name will surface next. What makes these tapes so dangerous is their double-edged power, humiliation, and proof. Many of Diddy's alleged victims have said they were pressured or manipulated into filmed encounters, often under the influence or out of fear. That means these recordings are more than just scandalous. They're both evidence and blackmail rolled into one. In the wrong hands, a single clip could rewrite history, crush reputations, and spark criminal investigations that reach far beyond the music world. Federal investigators are reportedly combing through the recovered drives frame by frame, matching timestamps to guest lists, and quietly cross-checking names behind closed doors. Meanwhile, lawyers for several high-profile figures are said to be working overtime, lobbying to make sure their clients' names never reach the public record. Every day that passes without confirmation only feeds the fire, the suspense, the fear, and the endless guessing game about who's next. If these tapes truly exist in the way insiders describe, then this isn't just about Snoop anymore. It's about an entire system built on secrets. Each encrypted drive could hold the power to take down careers, collapse partnerships, and expose alliances that have shaped entertainment for decades. The stakes couldn't be higher, and the pressure's rising by the hour. You can feel it, the tension in the air, the sense that one wrong leak could blow the lid off everything. One video could trigger a chain reaction of confessions, lawsuits, and career-ending revelations that would shake the culture to its core. And if that full archive ever surfaces, the impact won't stop at music. It'll shake everything. Politics, media, finance, all of it could get pulled into the blast zone. The only real question left is how long that clock's been ticking and who's bold or desperate enough to finally let it explode. Right now, everything Snoop built, the family man image, the brand deals, the mentor reputation, is hanging by a single thread. His team has reportedly told him to go completely silent online, to stay off social media, and to avoid saying anything that could be twisted or used against him later. For someone who built a career on staying cool under pressure, this kind of quiet says a lot. Behind the scenes, sources say Snoop's been reaching out to old allies from his death row days, searching for advice on how to survive a storm like this. The irony runs deep, because one of those voices from the past, Suge Knight himself, once said from prison that Snoop got explaining to do. At the time, it sounded like old beef, but now, those words feel almost prophetic. And maybe the scariest part, this might not even end with Snoop. Diddy's conviction didn't close a chapter. It opened one, a door into years of hidden power plays, unchecked excess, and quiet corruption that's only now starting to surface. Investigators are still connecting dots, still pulling names from old lists, and still digging through drives that most people hoped would never see daylight. What we're witnessing might just be the beginning, not of one man's downfall, but of a reckoning that could rewrite everything we thought we knew about fame, loyalty, and the dark side of power in the entertainment world. Who really gained from all this? That's the question echoing through every corner of the industry right now. Because if Shante's leak was meant to make a statement, it didn't just shake her marriage. It ignited a chain reaction that's dragging new names into the spotlight one by one. Some believe her goal was revenge, but others say she knew exactly what she was doing, lighting a fire that's now burning far beyond her own home. One thing's for sure, Shante Broadus didn't just walk away from her relationship. She detonated an empire. And if even half of what witnesses claimed about Diddy's parties is true, then Snoop Dogg might not be the only one feeling the heat. The fear spreading through Hollywood right now is real, because in today's world, every phone can record, every message can leak, and every secret carries a price. So here we are, left staring at the biggest question of them all. Who's next? Because if this vault keeps cracking open, no one's reputation is safe. We'll be watching every move, every post, and every silence. Because silence, now more than ever, speaks volumes. Tell us what you think. Was Shante taking back control or taking everyone down with her? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this video. Stay tuned, stay curious, and remember, in Hollywood, loyalty isn't guaranteed, it's rented.